What's going on, everybody? Appreciate y'all for tuning back in. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Puma Scoot 2s.
Phone started jumping, what it
Real quick before we get started in today's video, my prayers and condolences go to everybody that's out in California. I don't have any loved ones or relatives that stay out in California, but if you guys do, or if you even live in the state, prayers are definitely going out to you guys because the wildfires over there have been crazy. I'm not going to show any videos of it, but if you guys are on social media, then you guys are seeing the tragedy of the fires and what has done California. So yeah, my prayers and condolences go to everybody that's in California. Starting us off, I'll talk about the sizing and the price. And the sizing, I can recommend that you guys go your true to size. Now, if you guys like a little bit of extra toe space, or if you're a wide footer that likes a little bit of space around the size of their feet, you guys can go up in these half a size. And the pricing for the Puma Scoot 2s is going to be $110. Starting us off with the style of the Puma Scoot 2s, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm gonna give these a 7.5 out of 10. Now, one thing that I noticed before I purchased these shoes, or when I was purchasing these shoes online, I didn't really like the colorways and everything like that. It didn't look like they meshed very well because like pink and green and blue, it just didn't look too good to me. But once I got these shoes in person and I put them on my feet and I saw them back in film, I said, all right, they don't look too bad or anything like that. So that's why I decided to give them a 7.5 out of 10. I'm not a big fan of all the colors. I think it's a little too much going on for my taste. Pumas are usually detailed nowadays colorways for the newer generation, like the younger kids and stuff like that. Kids and everything, this is gonna pop. I think for adults like myself, it may pop a little bit or it may not. It all depends, vice versa. And the colorway inspiration for this shoe is for gamers and ballers alike. And I don't know if you guys can see that. The colorway inspiration for this shoe is for gamers and ballers alike because it is a 2K edition with neon colors. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's 2K right here that's on. And that's why I said I do like the fact that LaMelo and Scoot decided to go with those type of vibrant colorways because really it's all for the next generation. I don't want to sound like an old head, and I hope I don't sound like an old head, but that's what it's for. Like, Scoot has his mismatch thing going on with vibrant colors. LaMelo, you guys already know he has his outer space little catalog and colorways and stuff like that for the next generation. And the materials for the Puma Scoot 2s is a mixture of synthetic suede as well as mesh material, and it feels pretty good. I had no issues with any of the materials on this shoe. But overall, the colorway for me, in my opinion, is a decent look, and the shoe design I feel like is a nice look as well. Up next, we have my favorite category, which is the cushion. I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. Inside the cushioning of this shoe, we have a nitro foam, which is mostly used in most of Puma shoes, especially in LaMelo shoes, a nitro foam, and it does feel pretty good. Now, once you guys take this shoe outside the box, you guys are gonna notice that it is lightweight. It has a little bit of weight to it, but it is lightweight. Also, the forefoot flexion is gonna be a bit stiff. As you guys can see, that's me using little to no force. This is me using a lot of force. So cushion output is good. No matter the forefoot flexion, stiff or flexible is gonna be good. If the cushion is bad, no matter if the forefoot flexion is good or bad, it's gonna be bad. So that has nothing to do with the output of the cushion. And also, this shoe is gonna give you guys a good amount of impact force protection upon jumping and landing. So if you guys were to hoop with this on your feet, I feel like this cushion is gonna fit many play styles. From slashers, shooters, scorers, defenders, post players, playmakers, whatever it is that you're game, cushion setup inside the shoe is gonna be a good one to hold you guys up. Now, for hooping with this shoe outdoors cushion wise, I know a lot of you guys always hear me say it. I would recommend this for you guys. And I know some of you guys ask me, what do you mean by that? So let me explain to you guys. It doesn't mean you can't hoop with this outside because there is a good amount of cushion for a decent amount of impact force protection. It's not enough cushion. As you guys know, hardwood floors are different from asphalt. Asphalt is gonna give away at your knees, give away at your shin splits and stuff like that. You're gonna feel more force because it's a natural feeling. That's why I tell you guys, certain shoes you wouldn't want to take outside. Now, if you hoop outside primarily, this is not something that you want to take with all the time. If you hoop here and there, you guys could go ahead and do that. But there's so much more shoes that's cheaper and have a lot more cushion and impact force protection that you guys could go ahead and take out. Moving on to the traction pattern of the Puma Scoot 2s, and I'm going to give these a 7.5 out of 10. You guys are going to hear little to no squeaking at all on these. Traction pattern outsole for the Scoot 2s is rubber. For the traction pattern design, it's going north to south, which is pretty basic. Nothing too crazy going on here, as you guys can see. Now, one thing this shoe is good at, it does fight off dust. Pretty good, to be honest with you guys. Like, I didn't get any dust when I was hooping on this inside, when I was hooping with this outside, and it tracked much dirt. But the reason why this shoe is still at a 7.5 is because the grip and bite is not good. The grip and bite isn't good to north and south, and also lateral movements is not too good. So a great example of what I mean by the grip and bite isn't good. If I'm playing on the court and I have a defender in front of me and I can attack that defender just straight downhill, I'm good. If I feel like I'm about to do a dribble move, I go between my legs and my defender's about to cut me off, and now I have to move laterally or crossover or put it behind my back, anything to where I have to then stop going north to south and go east to west. That's when I feel like this shoe is like a drop off, because I was playing in this and I did move a little bit. I slid out a little bit, nothing too crazy or anything like that, but the grip and bite just wasn't there for me, especially when I was trying to stop on a dime too for certain pull-ups. It just wasn't there for me. So that's what I mean by the fact that this shoe doesn't attract dust very well, but it doesn't have a good grip and bite. Seeing court, these will do a good job, obviously. obviously. So an NBA court, NCAA, Euro League, or a high, you know, a court that they keep up very well, like very clean. Obviously, these shoes are gonna do good. Now, most of us play on semi-dusty courts like LA Fitness, 24-hour rec league, whatever gym that you play at. It is a little bit dusty. It's not too bad, but it's a little bit dusty. This is where they're gonna do okay-ish. You guys, like I said, they are gonna fight off that dust, but the grip and bite just isn't gonna be good enough. And if you guys are playing on very dusty courts or slippery courts, I wouldn't even tell you guys to look the way of this type of shoe traction pattern, because it is not gonna do you good at all. Having you guys look at the traction pattern design and feeling it, you know, the grooves are pretty strong and stuff like that. I just wonder how it doesn't grip and bite that well. I wonder, is it because of the coloring? Is it because of what's inside, what's on the traction pattern? I don't know. I'm just surprised that a traction pattern like this wouldn't do a good grip and bite. But then again, I don't know if you guys remember the Scoot 1s. They didn't have that good amount of traction either, in my honest opinion. The LaMelo 4s, that traction pattern wasn't how it was before in like the LaMelo 1s, the LaMelo 2s and stuff like that. So I'm starting to see Puma. I don't know if y'all doing it on purpose or whatever the case may be, but you guys are starting to, I guess, go down in the traction aspect and add more into the cushion aspect, which I have no problem with that. You guys always have shoes that do have good traction pattern, but I'm just curious as to wonder why this doesn't work. Now, I would tell you guys, hooping with this outside is a big no-no. The grooves aren't gonna weather away from asphalt, but like I said before, on a hardwood, the grip and bite just is not there. And the last thing you wanna do is bust a move outside and your knee hit the ground. I don't know if some of y'all went through that. If you scrape your knee and then you cut your knee, I wouldn't tell you guys to do that, just because the grip and bite on this is just not gonna last you guys. And lastly, for the traction, I would not recommend that you guys hoop with this outside. The grip and bite isn't that good on hardwood, so the grip and bite is not gonna be too good on asphalt. And the last thing I want you guys to do is take this shoe outside, bust a cool little move. Next thing you know, your foot go forward, and then you scrape your knee against the asphalt. And last on the list, we have the support of the Puma Scoot 2s, and I'm gonna give these an 8 out of 10. Inside the shoe, you guys are gonna get a good amount of padding on the ankle bone and Achilles heel, as well as inside the tongue. These shoes do a good job of hugging around that ankle. I don't have too much to say about the support. You guys also aren't gonna feel any uncomfortability around the top of your foot, the side of your foot, so it's all gonna be good inside the support realm. But like I mentioned before, I don't have too much to say about the support. I feel like if you're a crafty player that doesn't rely on much speed or shift, then these shoes are gonna do you pretty well traction wise too, because the traction isn't terrible, but the traction isn't like, if you like super shifty. If you're super shifty, rely on speed, like a lot of quick cutting and stuff like that, it's not gonna benefit you guys. But I feel like if you crafty, then this shoe support wise and traction is gonna benefit you and complement each other pretty well. And ending it off with the ranking of the Puma Scoot 2s, I'm gonna go ahead and give these a C+. Now, from the style alone, like I mentioned to you guys before, when I seen it online, it didn't really resonate with me. I didn't really like the colorway options, but seeing it in hand and watching it back on film, the colorway isn't as bad as I thought it was. It's not my cup of tea, but it doesn't mean it can't be yours. So the colorway to me is a decent one. Cushion probably being one of the best categories inside the shoe, using nitro foam, which has been in pretty much all the Melos and pretty much all successful Puma shoes. So the cushion output is pretty good. You guys are gonna get a good amount of impact force protection upon jumping and landing. You guys aren't really gonna get much of a boost off of the ground. It's more like an in-between type of thing. The shoe is lightweight and the forefoot flexion is a stiff one, but like I said, it has nothing to do with the cushion output. The traction pattern being one of the disappointing factors of the Puma Scoot 2s. Not that it's terrible or anything, because it does a good job of fighting off dust. It just doesn't do a good job of gripping and biting going north to south and lateral movement. So if you guys are like super shifty, a scorer, or if you're really good on-ball defender, this isn't one of those shoes that you guys are gonna be wanting to look for, because you're not gonna be able to play as confident as you usually would. Everybody knows what they play like at 100%, 80%. And these, I gotta be honest with y'all, I feel like I would play, and I play like at 40%, 30%. I wouldn't be able to do most of the moves that I'm comfortable with doing. And the support is also gonna be another category that is solid about this shoe. Like I said, if you guys are crafty, I feel like this shoe is gonna go good hand in hand. I'm gonna go ahead and be the end of this video. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, doing my community polls, follow me on the gram, TikTok. Other than that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna have Chauncey send us out, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.
Got anything you wanna add to it, Chauncey?
What? That's your end intro?
Yeah, just the end intro.
Thank you for guys watching today's video. See you next in today's video. Bye.